You like Trump? Good girl. You like Biden? Okay, get back on this. I don't know if I made a video on this a while back when I laid as I was laying this out, as I was building it. I don't know. Things have got so hectic with me from running post to pillar. Uh, I just can't keep up with it. But this is Radio Garage's little full pill, and I just talked to him about it a while ago. I had side van to it, but I got it up and working. I was having some trouble with it the other day. And by the other day, I don't know what day that was. But I just remember that it was, I was having a trouble with it tuning. The input tune on it would not do right. And I remember that, let's see, the two pieces of wire that I had in there. This is the two wires that I had in there. And this end here was wrapped on a combiner. And when I wrap a combiner, I like to pull it kind of hard, and I guess when I pulled it hard, it's, I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like I pulled it, and it's a little nick in there. This one, you can really see it there. See that? I think it was my whole issue. And I gotta watch what I'm doing and don't wrap them quite as tight as I've been doing it. And some ferrites, they're rounded over, and some of them are not. Let's see. This is a Type 43. Some of them ain't quite as rolled, as smooth as others. Let me see Type 61 here. Okay. This one's nice and smooth and rounded over. And this one's kind of sharp, and maybe this is what got it on the other. Sometimes I'll put a Type 43 there, and sometimes it tunes out pretty good, but it's Type 61 now. But sometimes I get a little bit better tune with a Type 43, and ain't that hard to change it out on that combiner belt like this. But I think this was the issue that I had in it, that pulled it a little too tight, and it went through that Teflon wire. Just seen that the other day on one, but this one didn't act like that. Other one actually maybe had on both the windings that there was arcing out from one to the other, and see that ferrite is metallic. It'll stick to a magnet. It's ferrous material. But anyways, it's up and running now. Let's see. With the this is in RMS with the Rainmaker 29 running it. Oh, so right at 200 watts. Oh, 200 watts RMS. Peak. Little over 500 peak. And I'm gonna turn this amp off. Well, reflect, look to reflect. Little over a quarter watt. I'm gonna turn this amp off. The 4-pill, turn it off and turn my driver amplifier on. I got a variable on it where I can turn it up and down at the power I want. And it's putting about 180 swing into it. Alright, I'm going to turn this amp on. See that it's got a driver hitting the 4-pill. Turn it on. Oh, so that's 900. Hello. So that's 900 hitting it, and the reflect. Hello. About 3/4 of a watt reflect. So that's pretty good. But I'm not done with it yet. I gotta bias it. Of course, it goes in this cabinet here. It goes like that right there, and then it's got a cabinet that goes over top of it with a fan and everything in it. But this is what it's going to look like. Really nice. If they built this cabinet to the person, whoever makes these, done a really phenomenal job in it. This is a real nice design. You can take that, take these 2 screws off. It takes the top off, plus it takes this front off, which if you got a variable in the front, you'd have to undo that. If it's got 2 switches, you'd have to undo them. So that's why this is on remote. But this has got to have sideband put on it. So it's got 2 Class C chokes on it. I hate to take them off. Put a relay over here on the side. May put that up on the wall here and run the wires around to there. But if you could get this thing just a little bit wider, say 1 inch wider, and say for this 4-pill 1 inch longer, you could have room enough to set something like this for your biasing on there, and you wouldn't have to put them on top of the transformers, but that's where I'm going to have to put them. If I wouldn't have run my ground wire here and put it back here, I could have got the things there, but I wasn't thinking about it. Like I said, this has been off and on build. Just throw it to the side, work 20-30 minutes on it, throw it to the side, work 20-30 minutes on it, throw it to the side, work 20-30 minutes on it, throw it to the side. That's the way it came about. So yeah, as far as I know, I don't remember doing a video on it. So that's the way it came about. Pretty simple. I like it. But anyways, there it is so far. Like I said, I got sideband to go on it, so got to take these Class C chokes off of it, take them out, run my relay. I could put the relay up here. I guess it's a little room. I don't know. It gets a little tight to the front when it goes in. I don't thing went right in there a while ago. There it is. It's got a little room up front, but not much. I might could get the relay set right there and then do it. I don't know. I kind of like don't clutter. I don't like to clutter them up. But it's great for this Class C. I put some 103 caps there. This to hold the transformer down. I could have put a 5/8 core transformer in it, and yeah, I put this in it. I think he sent these with them. I can't remember what parts I got. Like I said, when you do a little bit and set it to the side, do a little bit, set it to the side, do a little bit, set it to the side, you really don't even know what you've done during doing it unless you wrote it down and actually set it down inside the amp, this, that, and the other. But that's neither here nor there. Things happen for a reason sometimes. Bad things happen for a reason sometimes, and things that you don't want to happen happens for a reason. So there you go. So I don't know if I'm gonna get to it today to put biasing in it, but I may make up the circuit for it and set it here so it'll be ready for it. But I was wanting to just do this video because it was sitting here. I just finally got it tuned out. It equaled up to a 250 on the front, and I've been noticing it here lately on the 4-pil sections of it is around 250, 260. There used to be you could build a straight 4-pil, and it would be you could just put 200 on the front end of it, and it would be decent. And put a 120 or 150 on the output side of it, and it'd be fine. And I don't know how people's using 1,000 there and getting away with it. I'm having to use this is actually 1200. It was 1240, 1240 to 1500 there on some. And the reason being is the reflect back from the antenna. And I can only tune to what I have here on my bench setup. Yours may be different, I don't know, but I'm running their own antenna, and so I can only do it to what it shows on mine. It'd be like a dyno machine for a car, you know. You hook up a car, put a motor on a. You build a motor running on a dyno, and you hook it up on the dyno, and you get 500 horsepower from a motor, and then you put it inside the car. Of course, you got lost through the torque converter, through the transmission, through the drive shaft, believe it or not, and into the rear end, you're only doing like 200 horsepower. You done lost 300 of it. But then again, you know, if you'd have put a 200 horsepower motor in it, you only been down to 50, 60, 70 horsepower. So that's how you get that. I mean, that's not the exact numbers of what you get, but it's like that. And like through coax, you lose a little wires through coax because of leakage. It's pretty much the same way. You get line loss through the coax. So what that's showing at that meter and what's actually getting up to the antenna might be completely different. All depends on what kind of coax you're running. Determines that. Like you can put 500 out here, but it go up out to the antenna, put a watt meter there, and you might not be putting out but 100. I don't know. All depends on what kind of coax you got, how much leakage it's got. I wouldn't say it would be that much, but you'd be surprised sometimes. But anyways, yeah. Alright, y'all have a good day. I don't know what I'm going to do right yet. Let me figure out what I got to do. I might have to run to town and check on Mama right quick. I got to call her doctor in a few minutes because they scheduled her foot appointment. I don't know how she's getting to the foot. I don't know why they scheduled a foot appointment. But maybe they done it 6 months ago. I don't know. But I got to call up and see if I can straighten that out. Because they'll charge $50 for not showing up. So, alright then. Later. Okay, we're back. A little late in the day. It's around right at 6 o'clock. Come down here and done a little bit more to it, and then I had to do something. I had a boy come up, and I had to get a radio straight. And I got one here to look at. I might send it to somebody. Galaxy 99. I loaned him a radio to get this one fixed, I guess. Got bias on it now. So it's on and off switch. This here is just temporary for the sideband. One side of the switch goes to ground, the other side goes up here. It's like a sideband delay. The hot side goes over to the ground. So when you key it, it energizes through here, goes through there, and it energizes this cap. It's a 2200 microfarad cap, and this LED right there is just to show that it's got delay in it, being that I can't hear, and it's kind of hard to feel these relays click because it's sealed under vacuum. I can't hear them, so I have to put a light on it to check and see if it's delaying. I think that's delay off. Yeah. See the light just go off just as soon as you do it. Alright, it's light. This is delay on. See how slow it goes off? That's with it off. Sideband delay on. So there that is. The voltage going to, I hope you can see that. Voltage going to the input. Settling down to 3.339. Hello. 328. That's really good. So this is what is that? 1N5822 diode going to ground there. This is a 10 watt, 10 ohm. That little baby girl. What up, little baby sister? She's over here on my leg. She's down with me today, but she's hanging out with me. So yeah, that's all the light does, is just till I got a delay in it and it'll go out slow. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on here. This is going up in the front. Switch going up in the front. I ain't got too much more left to do. Got to put the fan in it. Put the sideband delay on it. Run the wire for that. Pretty simple. Pretty simple little build. It's doing really good. It picked up more since it's biased. It's doing better on the input and on the. It takes less drive to drive it when it's. If you would just drive it with a radio like this amp would last you freaking ever, for fucking ever. Hello. About 575 now, so it picked up about 25 watts or so. And the reflect went down. Hello. Hello. So the reflect went down a little bit. Which is always good. But yeah. like I said, I changed around a few little things on it, kind of experimenting with it, but I know it'll work. But just seeing what it would do. It's got 18 gauge here, 16 gauge wire there. So 18 gauge wire, 16 gauge wire. Uh, Pretty simple. 8 gauge solid copper, not the bullshit. Solid copper. Uh, these are tied down in the middle too, so it's good and stout. So it's got the diode on that side, and this 104 in the middle holding it down. And the transformers are tacked to that little part on the board. They don't go to ground. You can't put that to ground because you got voltage going to the input now. That voltage that you just seen, this is 0.3, so 3 milliamps voltage going to the input of the transistors holding them on. So you can't ground them out. So don't do that. So yeah. So I can take the light bulb off of it now. I know it's working. But that's the way, if you can't hear it, and you want to check a sideband delay, take a LED and put it on the relay. And if you can't hear, you can see it. You'll see it'll get dimmer. Now you might have to go up on the capacitance. Like I said, it's 2200 puff. When you do it this way, you need more capacitance to hold the relay open longer. I have took these and made up key up circuits and put like 470 470 on the key up circuit, and then put 1,000 or so on the delay, and it worked out good. You divide them between each other. Now, yeah, it does unkey slow, a little slower than before, but not that much. Not enough you can really tell. It drains it down really quick. But on sideband, you know, you just need this helps give it somewhat of a carrier on sideband. That's all it does. You give it somewhat of a carrier, so on sideband, just gonna go click, 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 click as you're talking. It in between the sentences, it'll click out if it didn't have this delay in it. That's all it does, is keep that somewhat keyed for a few seconds. So if you key and you talk, it will unkey if you got a decent pause. But just, you know, you try to time it to do what you need. But yeah, I think it's turned out really good. I gotta put it in the case. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with the case of it yet. I was thinking about aluminum swirling this, but my drill press over here, I can go out in the shop see if I can do it. I got a bigger stand-up drill press out there. I can do it out there too, but swirling the front of it like I do my boards, give it a little different look. Maybe swirl the outer casing of it too. But I was thinking maybe put some vinyl on this. I got some vinyl. Put some vinyl on this, and maybe swirl the cabinet, the top. I don't know. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I got some vinyl that I can put over it. I might do that over the front of this. I don't know what I'm gonna do exactly yet. But I think these is really cool ass little boxes. I need to wash this, get some fingerprints and all that stuff off of it before I go back with it. Put some clear coat on the inside here. Maybe clear coat the whole thing and then put the vinyl on it. But yeah. but I hadn't decided yet if I was going to swirl this. I tried to swirl it with my little, I'm wanting to get me a bigger drill press to go down here so I won't have to walk out there all the way to the shop and do it, which my fat ass needs to walk anyways, but, you know, this thing's going on here at the house that I don't want to walk, be too far away from, at the time. So, alright then, later. Alright, we're back at it. It's done now, pretty much, all besides putting the fan in it. I got a LED sitting here off the relay back there, so I can see it actually, the sideband delay working, which is up here is cap. I got the switch hooked up in there, and it's a double pole switch here. And the way this is just a single switch. This one turns it on and off. This one turns the sideband on and off. But I hooked it up, and I even tried it with diodes. I tried it 3 or 4 different ways. I tried the, of course, I hooked power to the you know, LED of the diode, but the LED, I hooked power from this switch when this switch was on, hooked power to that, and even though this is a separate pole, it's 2 poles, so it's 2 different switches. It's got 3 legs on 2 switches, but this one is separate from this one. It's actually 2 switches in one. So when you throw it up, it's 2 switches getting through up. So these don't are not attached to each other, but that's not where the problem was coming from. The problem was when I turned this switch on, this main switch, I turned this switch on, the LED would come on, and of course the amp would work. But then when I go over here to the sideband, it would turn this light, I mean this light was already on, because it's getting power to this stuff here. The sideband delay on it, when this switch is down, it's ground hooked to the center leg, and then the cap is hooked to there, and it goes back to the key-up circuit. And that's all it does, is add 2,000 and 2,200 microfarads to the relay and holds it open a little longer, so you have a sideband delay. That seems like a lot, but it's the way it takes it. It gets rid of it so fast that it's what it equals up to get about the delay that I want. And the honest way I can figure out what delay I want is put a LED and watch it actually dim out. Displace the energy in the cap. So, getting back to the switch, so this gray wire is the hot wire that feeds this LED. That's all that does on that side is that LED. And of course my damn battery is going dead. Hold on.